Okay, so get this.
Yeah.
You sent over all these reports on Anambra State in Nigeria.
Uh-huh.
And things are wild over there.
Yeah.
Like, seriously intense, full-on crackdown on all these ritualistic practices and this whole thing with people trying to get rich quick.
I see.
Yeah, so we're going to dive deep into all of this today.
Okay.
Hopefully by the end, you'll have a much clearer picture of what's actually going on over there.
Yeah, it's not just about the events themselves, right?
Right.
It's about understanding the why.
Yeah, the why.
The societal forces.
Totally. So let's start with this Oke-ite phenomenon.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of anything like this?
I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll fill everyone else in then.
Okay.
So they use a clay pot for this ritual,
Uh-huh.
but inside it's filled with...
Wait.
What?
It's a clay pot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's filled with this crazy mix of human and animal parts.
Oh, my goodness.
Herbs, ruckus.
Wow.
All sorts of things.
I had no idea.
And they think this is going to make them rich.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty disturbing.
It's awful.
It's like it goes beyond just wanting to be rich,
Yeah.
It's like a willingness to exploit other people.
Yeah.
Even human sacrifice.
I know.
It's a dark side of society.
It's like a horror movie.
Yeah.
And it's not even just isolated events.
Oh, really?
There's other practices, too.
Like what?
Like udakamili, ibobo, and awali.
Okay.
And all tied to this idea of getting rich illegally.
And the government's taking this seriously.
Oh, big time.
Okay.
They are not messing around.
So what are they doing?
I mean, full-on offensive, raids, arrests,
Yeah.
sealing off shrines.
And who are they arresting?
Well, like native doctors.
Oh, okay.
And they even shut down this church.
Really?
Yeah, the Children of the Light Anointing Ministry.
Huh. Interesting.
Apparently they were linked to Oke-ite.
Wow, shutting down a church. That's a bold move.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and they arrested this guy, Aqua Okuko Tiaraki Noba.
Okay.
He's a native doctor, like a celebrity one.
Oh, wow.
He was known for making charms for Yahoo boys.
Yahoo boys.
Internet scammers.
Oh, right.
And even kidnappers.
Wow, so they're going after the enablers as well.
Yeah, sending a message.
Yeah, it seems like they're saying, we're not tolerating anything that's going to hurt people.
Exactly.
Even if it is part of their beliefs.
Yeah. But, it makes you wonder why people are so desperate to get rich that they would do something like this.
It is fascinating, right?
Yeah.
You see, historically, Igbo society has always had this strong work ethic, and they had this apprenticeship system, the Igbo boy.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it was so effective that places like Harvard studied it.
Harvard?
Yeah.
Wow.
They found that the Igbo boy wasn't just about learning a skill, it was about instilling values.
Oh, interesting.
Like hard work and patience,
sense.
building something over time.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, lately, there's been this shift.
What do you mean?
It's like there's this obsession with getting rich quick.
I see.
And maybe traditional values are declining?
So it's like old values versus new values?
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe this desperation for wealth is just a symptom of society trying to adapt?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It raises a lot of questions about the future of Anambra.
Yeah.
And it brings us to Governor Saludo.
Okay, Governor Saludo. He's the one leading all of this.
Yeah.
So what's his plan?
Well, he's got a couple of initiatives.
Okay.
Operation Ugogachi
Oh, right.
and the Agunakemba Security Network.
Okay, so two sides of the same coin.
Exactly.
Break those down for me.
Okay, so Operation Udogachi, that's basically tackling the root causes of crime.
So not just putting a Band-Aid on it.
Exactly.
Getting to the heart of the problem.
Right.
Okay, and Agunakemba.
That's the boots on the ground,
Oh, okay.
working with the police,
Uh-huh.
making arrests.
They're the ones shutting down those churches and arresting those native doctors.
Exactly.
So they're making their presence known.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
But do you think that will actually work in the long run?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's early,
Yeah.
but it definitely pens a strong message.
That they're serious.
Yes.
But, it can't just be arrests.
Right.
They have to deal with the reasons why people are doing this.
Exactly.
Deeper issues.
You're absolutely right.
Poverty, lack of opportunities, all that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a temporary fix.
Exactly. Treating the symptoms,
Yeah.
not the disease.
So what's Governor Saludo doing about those bigger issues?
Well, he's been talking a lot about economic transformation,
Okay.
job creation,
Uh-huh.
investments.
Okay.
He wants people to be entrepreneurs.
I see. So giving people a real path forward,
Yeah.
especially young people,
Mm-hmm.
and make a good living, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like he's trying to change how people think.
It's a big task.
Yeah.
Trying to bring back the spirit of the Igbo boy.
The apprenticeship thing?
Yes.
That's a great idea.
He wants to restore Anambra's reputation.
Uh-huh.
He wants it to be known for industry and integrity.
I like it. But changing people's minds isn't easy,
Oh, no, definitely not.
especially deeply held beliefs.
It takes time.
Yeah, lots of challenges ahead.
Absolutely.
And then there's the cultural side of all this.
Right?
We talked about the clash between traditional and modern values.
Yeah.
So how does that fit into the government's strategy?
Well, it's a balancing act.
Okay,
On one hand, they're stopping harmful practices, but on the other hand, they want to respect traditions.
right.
It's about finding that middle ground,
Yeah.
protecting people, but also preserving their culture.
Oh, and you know what we have to talk about?
What's that?
That bra and pant thing.
Oh, yes, that,
Even though the government denied it,
right?
it definitely revealed some tensions.
For sure.
It got people talking about what the government should be able to control,
Yes, it did.
especially when it comes to something so personal.
Exactly.
It's like, where do you draw the line
Exactly.
between individual freedom and what society expects?
Yeah, that's a question for every society.
Yeah, it is. It's tough, isn't it?
Very tough.
No easy answers.
Not at all.
So we've got this society battling with this desire for quick wealth.
Yeah.
We've got the government cracking down.
Uh-huh.
And then this controversy on top of it all.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is.
But this is just the beginning.
Yeah, we've only just scratched the surface.
Exactly. We've set the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time to go deeper.
Exactly.
We're going to look at the long-term consequences of all this.
Okay.
And see how the government's plan is working out.
I'm interested to see where this goes.
Me too.
So we're back diving deeper into Anambra State. This is fascinating stuff. It's like a real-life drama. We've got rituals, we've got crackdowns, and a government that's really trying to change things.
Yeah, they want to like hit reset on their society. But it's not that simple, is it? There's so many complex issues.
You're right. It's complicated.
Remind me, what's Governor Saludo doing about all this?
Well, he's got those two big initiatives, remember?
Oh, yeah, Operation Gudogachi and the, what was it?
The Guna Kemba Security Network.
That's it, two sides of the same coin. So what are they exactly?
Operation Gudogachi is about getting to the root of the problem, not just stopping the crime, but figuring out why it's happening in the first place.
Okay, so it's a deeper approach.
Right, and at Guna Kemba, they're the ones actually doing the work on the ground.
So like raids and arrests.
Exactly. Working with the police, shutting down those places, making sure people know they're serious.
But will that actually work? I mean, people are desperate. Won't they just find new ways to do the same things?
That's the question, isn't it? It's hard to say for sure. It might just push things underground.
Yeah, exactly. They need to deal with the underlying problems too, like poverty, lack of jobs.
You're absolutely right. Cracking down on the rituals is one thing, but if people don't have other options, they'll always be tempted by easy money, even if it's dangerous.
So what's Governor Saludo doing about those bigger problems?
Well, he talks a lot about economic transformation, creating jobs, attracting investments. He wants people to start businesses to see that there's a better way.
Especially for young people, right? Give them something to believe in.
Exactly. It's about changing the whole mindset.
It's a huge task. Can he actually pull it off?
It won't be easy, but he's trying to bring back those traditional values, the ones that made the Igbo system so successful.
Oh, yeah, the apprenticeship thing?
Yeah, he wants people to see that hard work pays off, that you don't need to get rich quick. You can build something solid over time.
So it's like back to basics.
In a way, yeah, but it has to work in the Mamon world.
And what about that bra and pant issue? It really showed the tension between individual freedom and what society expects.
It did. And it started a conversation, which is good. Where do we draw the line? What can the government control?
It's a tough question, and honestly, there isn't one right answer. It's different for every society.
Exactly. It's about finding the right balance, respecting individual rights, but also maintaining some kind of social order.
Okay, so we've got this society struggling with the desire for wealth, the government cracking down, and these cultural tensions on top of it all.
It's a lot to think about.
It is, but that's what makes this so interesting. It's a microcosm of what's happening in so many places around the world.
You're right. Tradition versus modernity, individual versus society. These are questions everyone is grappling with.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's the key takeaway here?
I think it's that Anambra State is at a crossroads. The choices they make now will have a huge impact on their future. And those choices aren't easy. They involve tough questions about values, culture, and what kind of society they want to be.
All right, last part of our deep dive into Anambra, we've seen some crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Rituals, the government crackdown, and this whole shift in society. So what happens now?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah, like what's next for Anambra?
Well, for now, I think the government keeps doing what it's doing.
You mean the raids and arrests?
Yeah, Operation Udogachi and all that.
But will it actually solve anything?
It's hard to say.
I mean, people are desperate.
Right.
They'll probably just find new ways to get rich quick.
It could just drive it all underground.
Exactly. So it's not enough. They need to deal with the root causes.
Exactly.
Poverty, lack of opportunity.
Mhm.
If people don't have a real chance,
Yeah.
they'll always be tempted by these schemes.
Doesn't matter how dangerous.
Yeah. So what about Governor Saludo's plan for the economy?
Well, if he can actually create jobs,
Uh-huh.
attract investment,
Yeah.
show people there's a real way to make a living.
A legitimate way.
Yeah,
Then maybe things can change.
that hope, right?
Totally. Giving people hope for the future.
It's like changing the mindset of a whole generation.
Huge task.
Huge.
But maybe they can bring back that spirit, like the egg
The apprenticeship,
Yeah.
it worked before,
Maybe it can work again.
but it needs to be modernized.
Right. Adapted to today's world.
Exactly.
And what about that whole bra and pant thing?
Oh, yeah.
Even though the government said it wasn't true,
Mm-hmm.
it really brought up some important questions
Definitely.
about personal freedom
Uh-huh.
and what society expects. Like, where do we draw the line?
It's a tough question,
It is.
and it's different for everyone.
Every society.
Yeah,
No easy answers.
No.
So Anambra is at a crossroads.
it is.
Big choices ahead.
Big choices.
And the whole world is watching.
Yeah.
What can we learn from all of this?
Well, I think the biggest lesson is that we need to focus on the root causes of problems.
Yeah, not just the symptoms.
Like, if you just treat the symptoms,
Yeah.
the problem's still there.
Right. It's like that saying,
saying.
give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man a fish, you feed him for a lifetime.
Oh, right.
It's about empowerment, not
Yeah.
just punishment.
I agree.
And we need to talk to each other
Yeah. Open and honest dialogue.
about our values, our expectations, what kind of future we want.
It's about finding that balance.
Right. Balance between freedom and responsibility.
Condition and progress.
And remembering that we're all connected. Our
Right.
choices affect everyone.
For better or worse.
So, to our listeners,
Yeah.
what do you think will happen in Anambra?
And what lessons can we all learn from this?
It's a story that's not over yet.
It's just getting started
And we'll be here to keep you updated.
as it all unfolds.
This has been an amazing deep dive.
It has.
Really makes you think.
Yeah, it does.
Until next time.
See you then.